So now we understand the concept of who is a hot, warm, and cold lead. Let's have a look at how to write to the people in the hot and the warm lead circle and on your list. So if your hot leads are your best chance of making sales quickly, which is initially what we want, if we want to start building our confidence and seeing that people do actually want to buy what it is we're offering, you need to be writing to them or contacting them in some way. And I appreciate, as I touched on just in the last video, this might feel really awkward. If you started to write a list or come up with a few names in your mind, you might be thinking, I don't want to tell those people about my business, or that feels really, really, gross and awkward. Ultimately, what I want to emphasize here is I'm not saying you need to write to your friends and family and ask them to become your clients. That is not helpful. They are often not your ideal clients at all. What I am saying is those people already know, like, and trust you. They really want to help you and see you succeed. So how can you harness that? How can you use that? And can you explain really clearly to them what it is you're doing and who it is you're trying to help, and see if they can help spread the word for you, or give you an in, or make an introduction, or keep you in mind when opportunities come up. So that is what I want you to be thinking about when you are thinking about writing and contacting these hot and warm leads, people that already know, like, and trust you. So we want to be telling them about what it is that you're doing, telling them really clearly who is it that you want to be working with, and just asking them to help spread the word. I actually think these people will feel really privileged and really honored if you ask them to do this, rather than annoyed by it. So my recommendation here is to write to these people, or leave a voice note or a message or a little video, whatever is your usual way of contacting people, whatever feels appropriate. And when you reach out to these people, make sure your message includes these things. Explain what is happening with you in terms of your work right now. So maybe you've just transitioned into this, or you've just stepped away from another full-time job, or you've just launched a certain new part of your business, whatever it is, or just that, you're having a bit of a refresh and a rethink about your marketing at the moment, moving away from socials, and you're looking to reach out to new people. Whatever that is, explain where you're at with your business. Explain to this person exactly who it is you are looking for. Who is your ideal customer? Remember, I said right back at the introduction, you need to know who the ideal customer is, because if you're going to reach out to these hot and warm lead people, you need to be saying, this is the type of person I want to work with, or this is the type of person that would be perfect for my group program. Do you know anyone like that? Is there anyone that they can think of, or any kind of network that they could help tap you into? I know a lot of people, this would work really well if you are looking for corporate clients and things like that. Can they get you an introduction to an HR manager, or a business that they know, or a network that they're in? That sort of thing is really helpful as well. And ultimately, that this is all cyclical. You are very happy to help them and offer them a return favor if there's anything they can do for you. I wanted to show you this as an example of one that I used. Now, this is a concept, this writing to hot and warm leads, that I did absolutely religiously when I started my business. Before I sat down and wrote any blog posts or created any videos, or worked on my website, or any of those things, before I did any of those things, when I opened up my laptop, I got myself committed to myself every day, write to 5 people on my hot and warm lead list, and tell them about what it is that I'm doing, and I use this as a kind of template, and reached out to those people. So I was doing that 5 times a day, every day, before I did any of that other marketing that appeals to people in the cold circle. So this is the kind of template that I was using. Hi, whoever you are. How are you doing? I thought of you because, and I think this personalization is really, really important. Remember what Janet had on that graphic, this idea of making sure that you are personalizing this. This isn't a generic email that comes from your email mailing list. So insert a reason that maybe you thought of them, or they came to mind, or whatever it is, something that's personal, even if you've checked out what they've been doing lately, so that you can actually tailor the approach. I'm dropping you a quick note because in the last year I've made some big changes about what I'm doing work-wise. Last year I trained as a coach, and I'm following where my blog is taking me. And this is what I'm now doing. I'm now offering one-to-one coaching. So you can see I put in bold here, and this is just for illustrative purposes for you. I'm particularly keen to work with people that want to do this, and I help them with these kind of things. So you can see I'm being really specific about, this is the kind of person that I am looking for and that want to be working with. If you know anyone who might need that kind of help, I'd be really grateful for a referral. If you don't want to use the word referral, again, you could just change that phrase. I'd be most grateful if you could pass on my details or keep me in mind, or, you know, whatever phrase feels right for you. If there's anything I can help you with, I'm happy to return the favor. Really look forward to hearing from you. This kind of message is lovely to send to get conversations going, to remind people about it, what you do, remind them that you're there, and be really clear for them so that they can help you and they can enable your business, and use the fact that they know, like, and trust you already to help extend to their network and to their friends and to whatever it is that they are doing, or the people that they know, your amazing expertise. This is also a lovely way of phrasing it, because sometimes the person you're writing to actually is your ideal customer and you would be very happy to work with them. But rather than writing to them and saying, do you want to work with me because I think you need this kind of help, actually phrasing it in this way can help them, enable them to come back and say, actually, that sounds a bit like me, or, you know, can you tell me more about your program or your offer? And maybe it is that they would sign up if they are the right fit for it. So I want you to give this a go. So please get out the workbook that I provided, or a notebook if you're just working on that, and work through these steps. Write out a list of hot leads, people who already know, like, and trust you, that are in that nice tight circle. Go through your phone book, whatever it is, and write out the people that potentially could really help you, that already think that you're an awesome person, would love to support you. Then write out a list of those warm leads, those people a little bit further out. You might not necessarily have a list of names, but you could write kind of where exactly you'd find those people, and make sure you've got a nice list for both of those, hot leads and warm leads, that you can write to. Again, even if you're like, I can't even imagine writing to these people, put them down on the list anyway. It really helps remind you that you're an awesome person and lots of people want to support what you're doing, and they know, like, and trust you, that is possible for you. So just put them down anyway. Then I'm going to encourage you to pick out 10 people or 10 groups of people, if there's particular, you know, WhatsApp groups or networks that you're going to tap into, that you are going to commit to writing to and tell about your work. So pick them from those lists. Then I've given you some space in the workbook, or give yourself some time to write a draft message to them. Use the template that I just showed you based on that example. The bulk of that probably won't change too much, but you're going to kind of tailor it, top and tail it slightly differently. Maybe the ask will be slightly different depending on what exactly it is you're asking them for, but write a kind of bulk of that draft message. I had that on the notes on my computer, and it meant I could really quickly and easily tailor that every day I was doing this. Then schedule in when you are going to send these messages. There's no point you and I just sitting here writing a lovely draft, tucking it away in a digital folder, and then never touching it again. I want you to get the calendar out and write in when you're going to do this. For me, I was doing this every single day, first thing when I got to my desk. Don't do anything else. Don't fanny around with Canva. Actually get on and write to some people. Even if that's one person every day, can you put that in your to-do list, in your calendar every day, a time to do that? And then give yourself a lovely reward when you have sent these messages. The really key thing for me here is, this is a bit like goal setting. I can't promise you that these actions, that these messages are magically going to turn into hundreds of amazing leads and, you know, fill your business. Again, like everything, it's going to be one part of a lot of amazing marketing things you're going to be doing as a result of going through this course. But you need to be training your brain, encouraging it to do things like this. What I actually found was a real nice law of attraction thing here. When I sat down and made myself write to those 5 people every morning before I did anything else, quite often those people didn't get back to me, or said no, or took a while to get back to me, or said, yeah, okay, I'll think about it, and nothing ever came of it. Like, that's all fine. But actually what I realized in a kind of law of attraction way was, when I did that, when I had that real intentional action and was really clear about and specific about who it is I wanted to help, and the fact I was pushing a bit out of my comfort zone to do this, other things would come in. I'd open my inbox back up and other sales would come in, other inquiries that people I didn't know, or other opportunities completely unrelated would drop into my inbox. And that for me did give me a sense of, this is worth doing, because it's like telling the universe, if that's your bag, if that's how you want to think about it, this is what I want and I'm willing to get it, and I'm willing to feel a little bit uncomfortable and do something that's moving me towards that. And so the universe will reward you and send you something back in return. So have a go at doing this. Write those lists. And if you are still feeling really sticky and awkward about doing this, let's tackle now the mindsets that are going to hold you back.